Hi all, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about optimal page replacement algorithm. So in optimal page replacement algorithm, whenever a page fault occurs or in event of page fault, the algorithm works like this way that we replace the page which is not used which is not used for the longest time in future, the place which is not used for the longest time in future. So in optimal page replacement algorithm, we will look at the reference string and we'll replace the page which is not used for the longest time in future based on the reference string, right? So this is the basic approach. So we'll see this with an example. So let's see we have this reference string 701 203 and then 042 then we have 303. Okay, and then we have 212, then we have 017 and then 01. So this is the reference string. Let's say first we have 4 frames. Okay, so we'll see what is the total number of page fault that occurs when we use this optimal page replacement algorithm, where we are replacing the page which is not used for a longer time in future. So if 7 comes, it is definitely a page fault. If 0 comes, it is a page fault. If 1 comes, it is a page fault, right? If again we have 2 comes, then we have a page fault, right? Now all the frames are filled. Now if let's say 0 comes, so it is not a page fault, it is already there in our frame. Okay, so now if 3 comes, then we have to follow the page replacement algorithm. So among the frame which is already present, we will replace the page which is not used for a longer time in future. So we'll look into this and we'll see which page is not referenced for a longer time. So in this, if we see 7 is not used for a longer time, for a longer duration in future, so 7 is not used for a longer duration in future, so we will be replacing 7 with 3. Okay, it is a page fault. Now we have 0, so it is not a page fault, it is already there in the frame. Now let's say we want 4. So among 2103, we will see which page is not used for a longer time in future. So in future, out 2 is just need to be used, 3 is just need to be used, 0 is need to be used, but 1 is not used for a longer time in future. So 1 will be replaced with 4, and here it is a page fault, right? Now 2, so we will be having 2 here. Okay, and 3, so we are already having 3 in the frame. Okay, so this is not a page fault. Just let me delete it so that we don't count it. Right, now we need to have 0, so it is also there in the page frame, we don't require it. Now let's say we need 3, so 3 is also there in the page frame, we don't need to uh, replace anything. 2 is already there in the page frame, we don't need to replace it. Now we need 1. So out of 2403, which frame is not used for longer time in future? So 2 requires to be used here, 0 requires to be used here. So out of 4 and 3, we have to replace any page. So we can either choose based on FCFS, or randomly we can choose. So let's see we can which page we need to replace. mm, okay, so out of 4 and 3, let's replace it with whichever page came first. So based on FCSS, we are replacing 3. Now it is 2041, right? So this is a page fault. Now let's say 7 came up, and we will see here which page is not used for a longer duration in future. So 2 and 4 are not used. So out of 2 and 4, we will replace based on FCSS. So we'll replace 2 with 7, and it is 401. And for 01, we don't require any page fault. So altogether, we have 4 plus 3 number of page fault will be, um, okay, it is a page fault, right? This is a page fault. I think I did some mistake here, right? It is F, then 1 replaced by 4 is a F, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here also we have 3 replaced with 1. So it is a page fault, and this is also a page fault. Sorry for not counting it because 2 is replaced by 7. So total number of page fault is 4 and 4, 8. Altogether, we have 8 page fault. Right. Now, let's consider another framework. Okay. So let's say we have, let's consider with 3 frames. Let's see what is the total number of page fault in this case. So if we are considering 3 frames, let me draw the reference string here again for reference. So this is 701 203, 701 203, 042, 042, then 303, zero 03, then 042, then 303, then 212, then 017, then again 0 and 1. Now we have, let's say 7, and it is a page fault. Let's say we consider 0, it is also a page fault. After that, we considered 1, and it is also a page fault. Then we have 2. Now we considering the optimal page replacement algorithm. So out of 107, which page is not used for a longer time in future? So we'll see from here. So 0 is just used, 1 is also used here, but 7 is used for not used for a longer time in future. So we'll replace 7 with 2, and it is a page fault, right? Now we have a 0, so it doesn't requires to be a page fault. Now we have 3. So out of 102, so 0 and 2 are just used, and 1 is not used for a longer time in future, so we'll replace 1 with 3, and it is a page fault, right? Then we have 4, sorry, it's 0, right? So 3020 already present. Now we have 4. So out of 302, 0 is not used for a longer time in future, so 2 3 just used, so we will replace 0 with 4, and it is a page fault. Then we have 2 requirements, so 2 is already present. Then we have 3, so 3 is already present, right? Then we need 0. So out of 3, 2 and 4, which is not required for longer time in future, so we'll replace 4 with 0, and 3 and 2. Then we require 3 and 2, so it is yeah, this is a page fault. And for 3, this is not going to be a page fault. For 2, this is not going to be a page fault. Then we need 1. So out of 3, 0 and 2, which page is not required for a longer time in future? So 0 is required just, 2 is required just, so we can replace 3 with 1, and it is a page fault. Then we need 2, so it is definitely not a page fault. Then we require 0, so it is also definitely not a page fault. Then we require 1, it is also not a page fault. Then we require 7, and out of 1, 0 and 2, 2 is not required for a longer time in future, so we'll replace it with 7, and it is a page fault. Now we need 0 and 1, so 107 and then 107. Just a second. So it is 1, 0 and 7. So altogether, if we count, the total number of page fault is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So altogether, total number of page fault is 9. So what happens that in optimal page replacement algorithm, we will replace the page which is not used for a longer time in future, right? So this is all about this type of page algorithm. In the next series, in the next video, we are going to learn about LRU page algorithm, page replacement algorithm. So that's it for this part. And if you do have any comment or question, please do post in the comment section. Thank you.